Hi everyone, it's Lisa and welcome to Make It Monday. Today is week 5 in my series on dynamic duos, where I teach you how to use the same products 2 different ways. Today I'm starting off with this adorable box. Let me show you how to create it. I used a piece of Tangerine Tango cardstock, and you're going to cut this down to 8 1/4 by 4 3/4. We're going to begin with the scoring blade, which is the lightest color on your Stampin' Up! Trimmer, and we are going to score at 3/4 of an inch on all 4 corners. Now 3/4 of an inch is easier measured from this end here, so I'm going to line it up here and I'm going to score, and I'm going to do this on all 4 sides. Now holding the paper so that it's landscape the longest way across, we are going to score 2 more times. Once at 3 3/4 and again at 4 1/2. Next, with your paper snips, you are going to snip on these creases here. They're going to help to create the box. You're going to do that all the way around. So this is what we have, and you're going to see the loose ends that I've snipped away. The next thing I did was I went ahead and I used the new Arrows Texture Embossing Folder, and I embossed the box. Now obviously this is not going to fit in here if it's open, so I folded it in half and I put it in the embossing folder this way and ran it through the Big Shot, which left me with this. Now I'm just going to determine which end I want to be the front of the box, and I am going to use the brand new banner Framelits to create a window. Now I use the banner second from the center, and you're going to notice with mine that I actually number them 1 through 6 so that I know if I recreate a project, I know which one that I've used. I don't have to remeasure. This can be done with a fine tip Sharpie marker so it's permanent. I'm going to want this to be the front of my box, so I'm going to want to put my framelit between the score lines to create an area for the window. The greatest tip I can give you about using the framelits is the magnetic platform. This is a wonderful thing because it's going to magnetize your paper against the platform to hold it in place while it goes through the Big Shot. You're going to need your clear mat first, and then your paper, and of course your framelit. But you can see how the magnetic contact will allow you to place this where you want it so it doesn't move. Now another clear mat will go on top and we'll run this through. So this is what we have, and I'm going to push to the back, and that leaves me with my window. Now don't throw this piece away, because wait till you see what I did with it. I used it on my duo. The rest of it's pretty basic. We're going to use some sticky strip to seal up the box. And I'm not going to spend the time doing that right now because you're going to get an idea of how that goes, obviously, by just putting it together. But let me tell you how I created this window that's here. I used the Stampin' Up! Window sheets. Now this is probably difficult to see because of the color. I cut this a little larger than what I was going to need to fit behind here. Now you're going to want to use sticky strip all the way around this area in here, so that your window sheet will stay in place but then not be visible. Now 6 Hershey's Nuggets fit in here beautifully. I used a piece of the Retro Fresh Designer Series paper, and if you haven't seen this yet, this paper is beautiful. Love the colors and the different patterns. So I'm going to give you a quick glimpse of those here. There are 6 different patterns included in the pack, and the other side is equally as awesome. So I cut a strip for the nugget, which is 1 inch by 3 1/4, and I'm going to use my snail adhesive on the back end, a little bit on each side. And I like to start with the wrapper going down. Position your designer paper and just crease and go over the edges and then seal. That's how I wrapped all the 6 nuggets that are inside this box. The tag is from the stamp set called Hip Notes, and I used the thanks. Now, if you didn't see it last week, you're going to want to go back to week 4 and see the tip I gave you about using Scotch tape for masking. And that's exactly what I've done here. I've masked off the arrow and the dots with Scotch tape, inked it up in baked brown sugar, and then removed the tape and then used Coastal Cabana and Tangerine Tango to use the words. Now this is on vanilla cardstock, and the curly label punch punched it out. But I also want to point out these adorable little cork pieces. I'm so excited that I can finally share the actual product with you on camera, because we can't do that until celebration starts, which it did on Tuesday, January 28th. You're going to get 3 large spools of thicker baker's twine, pool party, crisp cantaloupe, summer star fruit. But I want to talk to you about these cuties. These are pre-printed, self-adhesive cork die pieces. Everything is already pre-cut for you. Now I'm going to give you a little warning. These guys are really sticky, so make sure when you go to put them down, they're exactly where you want them, because you cannot lift them and change places. They will rip your cardstock. So I added a couple here, but here is the dynamic duo from this. This card here, remember this piece that we used to cut out? I didn't waste it. I went ahead and I put it on my card, used the next size larger of the banner framelits, added some washi tape, poked a couple holes through that top layer, embossed it with the same folder, and added again those cute little cork pieces here to my card. So I've used all the same product in just a different way. So that's today's dynamic duo, and I hope that you'll join me next week for Make It Monday.